What is up, fellow fans of Clash of Clans and Clash Quest? That's right, it is your host Galadon, and it is our very first look gameplay of the brand new Clash Quest game just released into beta. It is just being beta tested right now, so it is only in a few select Nordic countries, but I was lucky enough to be one of the early players and testers of the game, and I just wanted to share this with you. This is the learning experience for Galadon. So I am a noob, a beginner to this game, so when you look back at this a couple years from now, if it makes it to global, well, which I think, it probably will. We have to take a look at this, and I'll just tell you, it's not quite like anything else I've ever played, and we're going to get into the gameplay. This is obviously the tutorial right here that's kind of leading you through this, and this video is not meant to be like a how-to Clash Quest. It's more like Galadon trying it and telling you what I think and some of the basic breakdown of how this game works. So before we get too much into the gameplay, I'll just remind you that no, I am not switching games. I'm not doing what maybe some other YouTubers have done and go to where the pastures are greenest. Clash of Clans will continue to be my primary game, but that doesn't mean that you might not occasionally see a video about Clash Quest, Clash Heroes, or Clash Mini in the future on the channel. Remember, you guys, if you've been following the channel for years, you know that I've made a bunch of videos on Clash Royale, Brawl Stars. Heck, there's even probably a video or two about Boom Beach back there somewhere. But okay, let's get into this and check it out, because the game is not quite what I thought, or maybe what many people think it is at first glance, because it does sort of look like either a puzzle game or a match 3 game, and while it has aspects of both, it really doesn't fit into either one of those categories. You'll notice that yes, there are bonuses for attacking with units that are next to each other, and as the units are used or killed, the other units move up from below, and that does add somewhat of a logic to it, a puzzle, in that at least to a limited extent, you can predict or see what other units are coming and what other formations might be created so that you can put together more powerful combinations. But also, I've noticed that you can't see which units are coming in where. You'll see at the very bottom of the screen there, it shows I've got 4 more archers, 6 more barbarians, 4 more wizards, and 6 more knights, but it doesn't show where they're going to come rolling in or who comes first. It looks like it's just coming up random from the bottom. So there is really very little to controlling that until maybe the grid gets bigger and you have more units to attack with. But okay, so you can see then, of course, each unit has its own special ability. The knights charge straight forward, the wizards have AoE, the archers do ranged, and the barbarians do melee. There's also tons more units that you can unlock, and we'll take a look at that in just a couple of minutes. And I don't know, there's just something so satisfying and so very, very cool about seeing all of these super familiar things that we've been playing in Clash of Clans for nearly 9 years, right? And you're going after wizard towers and expos and all of the defenses that you see in a normal Clash of Clans village. I'm just like so proud of Clash of Clans to see that the universe of Clash is expanding even more with Clash Quest, and who knows about those other games, but we're going to focus on Clash Quest today. You can see that we're still doing this whole intro thing where we're getting little tooltip helping points from the archers, barbarians, and princes of the game. We get through levels, and then we unlock the future levels. The prince comes in to tell us that we get rewards, and then those rewards are going to give us, more units. They're going to give us gold to upgrade units, and then eventually there are items. Specialized items that can be attached or used by your units that give them extra abilities. Like I saw the goblins get like a multi-stab attack. That feels a little bit familiar, kind of like a star power that units get in Brawl Stars. Okay, so here you go. You can see the map. You move through the islands, and as you progress through the islands, there are special little rewards on the way. You try to get 3 stars, which is clearing each of the 3 stages in each one of the islands. And it's all turn-based. You'll notice that you get a turn, and then the enemy defenses get a turn. You can see that counter is counting down how many turns until they fire at you. You can hold your finger down on a unit and see what it is going to attack, and actually even how much damage it is going to do, whether or not it's going to take out that enemy building. The little skull shows up to see what is about to happen. So you know a little bit more about the power combos. You can see how much the power combos are. 20% for the 2 knights, 40% for the 3 archers. And early on, it's super simple, super easy, right? But it gets more complicated, and here's the key. At some point, you need to realize that you can't just use up all of your troops and overkill all of the defenses and enemy buildings, because there's 2 ways to fail here. You can fail because your units get destroyed by the enemy defenses, right? Or you can fail because you just run out of units. You spend too many of them. Like, watch this. The wizards, 6 of them have a 100% combo, and that is complete overkill. Way too many wizards being used right there. And so what that does is it leaves me with fewer units to get through the final stage. Now, this is a super easy stage that I'm doing right here, but you'll remember that the stages get harder and harder and harder. And yeah, they do get pretty challenging. I found that up in the higher levels, the end game levels, they are crazy, and there's obviously going to be specific combinations that you're going to need to execute in order to win. And the cool thing is, it's not like there's going to be a cheat pattern, like, okay, you do this, you send these, those, and that, and then you win, because when those units come in from the bottom, those are random where they come in. And then also, you occasionally during the battles have a chance to refill specific units, and you have to choose between, say, archers and barbarians. You destroy buildings, and some of the buildings actually give you bonuses like potions that you can use during the battles. It's crazy. It's just really, you can see that they've put a ton of work into this game. I mean, obviously, this isn't like an early beta where things are really rough. It feels really finely tuned to me already. Obviously, the graphics are super smooth and very cool, and the music is awesome. Some of the character sounds that they make in the tutorial are a little bit annoying, like the grunts and groans and ha's that they make, but you know, I remember that the Clash of Clans villager did that throughout the Clash tutorial, so maybe that's just a Supercell thing. Anyway, you can see here that they've got a ton of islands laid out, and it's going to take a long time to get through all of these levels. Each one you have to unlock, and you can see the chests in between the islands that you pick up along the way that give you bonuses that make your army or battle group or whatever it's called stronger. And yeah, there's a long ways to go, and it is very, very cool. So I'm excited about this. We're going to take a look at a couple more things here before we go. But of course, yes, got to put your name in here, and you know that eventually there's going to be a shop where you can buy stuff. So you could always use code Galadon if you wanted, just saying. Okay, let's pop into kind of a middle island here and just take a look at what the battle looks like. I have not even played all of these levels yet, so some of these things haven't unlocked for me, so I'm looking at new and weird items and spells. You can see there's this swap book on the right-hand side, and I think that's like a fireball spell on the left-hand side at the bottom of the screen. And you can see in this level, we're facing archer towers and cannons, and then there's going to be expos in the next level. I haven't even checked to see if you could like scroll up and predict, see what is coming up there next, so you know what kind of army to set up to get through the next level or the next stage of that level. Here we go. See, don't want to overkill these 2 defenses with 7 barbarians, so we try to roll in with a little bit less and save those big overwhelming groups for the next stage. See, we cleared the first stage, and now we've got 9 barbarians. Okay, so let's go over here and look at this. This was crazy. This is apparently, I think, again, this is the developer build that I'm using, so this isn't even the live game, so things may change, but I think this is everything that is in the game as of right now. So there's these books, Rush, Retreat, and then I think there was Swap and one other. Oh, Charge. The Charge, that sends everybody together, even if they're not adjacent to each other, for the combo. And then, of course, Swap, that is one of the few things that is consistent with a match 3 game, but this is far, far, far from a match 3 game, as I'm sure you guys can tell already. And that's one of the cool things that makes me excited about Clash Quest, is the fact that it isn't like any other game. I was afraid when I first saw it, and I know that some people are going to have that reaction. Oh, it's just a puzzle game. It's just a match 3 game. No, think about how crazy this game could be. What if there becomes PvP and people can select different armies to go after each other and battle in a turn-based system? That'd be pretty crazy and cool, right? That doesn't exist in here right now, but obviously there's a lot of room to grow. You can see again, there's obviously going to be the potential for new and different units. Right now it's like very basic, like tier 1, tier 2 style units that are here. Well, the P.E.K.K.A, I don't know. P.E.K.K.A's pretty awesome, but I haven't had a chance to play her yet. Then go over here, and then there's this thing called League, and that is where there's a leaderboard, and you'll notice your boy Galadon is actually #1 right now amongst all the people playing in the dev build. But yeah, okay, so the league, this is something that you're allowed to do once a day. You can do more than once a day if you have tokens. I don't know how to get those tokens, but the league is kind of an endless battle. So you battle through as many stages as you possibly can with an existing number of units. As you go through the stages, then you get these things called refills, where you can choose a different troop or spell sometimes that's going to help you get a little bit further. You obviously have to deal with the walls. Here comes another refill, rocket or fireball, and troops, wizard or archer. And again, try to get through as many stages as you can. And then there is a leaderboard as to who has gotten the furthest. So obviously there's a lot of room for friendly competition and of course growth. There's a lot to wrap your head around already in Clash Quest, but just think about the possibilities of multiplayer and clans and some social aspects and other like big battles of multiple players. I mean, I can't even begin to think of all the possible different game modes that could happen in here. It's pretty cool. I'm hoping that it sticks around. I know that, yes, of course, Supercell has a reputation for killing more games than they ever see go to global. But this one, so far so good. I'm enjoying it. It doesn't seem demanding as far as gems or anything like that. Although I do think there is some point where you run out of energy or something like that to do this attacking, so you can't just attack non-stop all day long. But I don't know how that works, and I haven't seen it yet. Again, like I told you guys, this is the very beginning of me playing, and yes, it is only going to be available in Finland, Sweden, Denmark, Norway, and Iceland to begin the beta test. And obviously they will add more countries. Well, hopefully they'll add more countries, and hopefully it will go global. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments now that you've seen the gameplay. I am excited about Clash Quest and about you making it all the way to the end of the episode. True, hashtag Galafam, and that's why I love, think about, appreciate every single one of you every single day. So get out there, make the best of the rest of your day. Be kind to other people, animals, and planet. I'll see you back here again tomorrow for more full attacks.
Galadon, do I get to talk at the end of these videos too? Please?